Okay guys, so today we're going to start out by using our Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist as usual. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows today. I'm using the Benefit Precisely My Brow in dark brown, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and do those and then I will be right back. Okay, so now that we've gone in with the Pixie Mist, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Hangover Primer and just put one pump of that. Not even a full pump, honestly. I do like a half a pump. And put this on. Actually, I'm gonna move my globe here. I think I'm gonna get reflection of it. So now that I got my face all primed, today I'm gonna go in and do my face first and then my eyes. I'm using my Morphe, let me put it the right way, the Morphe Fluidity Foundation, and this is in the F1.2 matte. So I'm just gonna put that on my beauty sponge here and start blending that in. I do like the coverage on this foundation. I do feel like it covers pretty good. It does have a pretty strong smell. If you haven't already tried it out, I know this isn't exactly a brand new foundation, but like I said, I know some people haven't tried it yet. I do like it. I just feel like it has a really strong scent to it. Not terrible. It almost reminds me of like paint. Like, so if you've tried the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, the smell reminds me really similar to that. So it's not like a perfumey smell, it's like almost like a paint like smell. Okay, and now that I have my foundation on, I'm gonna go in with concealer, and actually I'm going to use the Morphe concealer as well. This is in the shade C1.35. So I'm just gonna put this underneath my eyes, my eyelids, on my nose, cupid's bow, chin, and forehead. All the areas we want to add a little highlight to. I'm going to go in with my mini beauty sponge here and blend this all out. Whew. I hate when I'm like blending out my concealer and I have to like blend out on my eye, or like when I'm putting the powder down on my eye, because I wear contacts, so whenever I start blending and moving it, it moves my contact all around and like my vision gets blurry, so it takes me a minute to like readjust, and I freaking hate that. I wish that I could have like naturally perfect eyes. That would be awesome, but of course I didn't get blessed with that. So I'm going to go in with the Morphe. This is an E53. It's like a tapered brush here. I'm going to go in with the ColourPop No Filter Translucent Powder. So I'm just gonna dip my brush into that, and then I always tap it off into the lid, and then just start patting that in, taking all along where we just put that concealer. With the Wet n Wild, this is the Photo Focus Pressed Powder in 821E. So I'm going to go in with, this is a big fluffy brush. I got it from Sam's Club in a brush pack forever ago. It's one of my favorite brushes, but any big brush will work. And I'm just gonna go in and set the other areas where we didn't go in with the ColourPop loose powder. And now I'm gonna go in and do my eyes before I do anything else on my face. So today we are using the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. So I am going to go in and set my eyes with this Sweet Cream shade, and I'm going to go in on, this is just a big flat like shader brush. This one is by Morphe. Unfortunately though, it doesn't have names. This was in one of those sets that came in like the gold barrel or circle holder, and unfortunately none of those brushes have names on them. I hate that. I know we put the powder on, but I like to go in with another eyeshadow too, just to make sure we have a nice smooth base to start off with when we're doing our eyes. So I'm going to go in with Soft and Sweet and just start working this into my crease. I am going to go in, this is a Luxie 249 brush. It's just a fluffy brush here. I'm going to go in with this and start working this into my crease here. And then when I go into the outer corner, I kind of like press it on, and then I'll like start blending it upward. But this, I'm not being precise with this really at all. This is just like our first transition shade. So this one kind of goes everywhere. Like, you don't have to be I'm not stopping it at like a certain point or anything like that. This is a crown brush, and of course it has no number. Basically it's just like another like little blending brush. I am going to go in with Bittersweet, which is this really pretty like purple color. So I'm going to go in with this, and again just go in that same spot that we went in that Soft and Sweet with. So like on the outer corners and dragging it into the crease, but I am not going up as high or like into the inner corner as much with this one. And these are like super, super pigmented, so you don't need a lot, and I always tap off the excess because it is so much easier to go in and like get more and add more than try and blend out a ton of product. This has been like one of my go-to eye palettes. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it because I talk about it in my April favorites video. I'm going to go back in with that Soft and Sweet shade again, just a little bit on that first Luxie brush, and just kind of buff out the edges here. Now I'm going to take the flat shader side of this brush. I think it's just still the same number. Yeah, it's just a 249 double-ended brush. I'm going to take the flat side now, and I am going to go in with Cranberry. It's a really pretty like sparkly cranberry color. So I'm going to go in with that, and then I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus. So I'm just bringing this kind of to meet where we had put down that Bittersweet shade. It's about probably 3/4 of the way across my eyelid here. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with, this is a Luxie mini tapered brush. It's a 121 brush, so it's just a little small brush, and I'm going to go in with this Cherry Juice shade right here. It's just a really dark purple, and I'm going to put this in my outer corners. And this one I definitely just pat on, like I'm not doing any blending with this right away. So just tapping that in there to kind of add the darkness that I want, and then I will go through and blend it out in a little bit here. I'm really not taking that up into my crease too much here. When I do, it's just going to be to like blend it out so it blends out a little bit. So I'm going to use that one that we went in with the Bittersweet, that bright purpley color. Barely tap my brush into that and just start blending this shade out a little bit here. I definitely prefer to do looks like this when I do my foundation after I already have this on, because I can be a little bit messier and it makes the cleanup a little bit easier. But if you are in a hurry, it's easier for me anyways personally to go in and do my face makeup first. So I'm going to go back in with that Luxie brush. I'm not adding any extra product. I'm just kind of going to stamp on a little bit more here. I will be right back. My baby monitor is dying. I have to go get the charging cord. Okay, so we're back. I freaking hate that baby monitor. We got it and I loved it because it's one of the video camera ones. I thought this is so great. Yeah, the battery doesn't ever stay charged more than like, I'm winded, like 10 minutes. It's awful. So I'm just gonna take that first Luxie brush again, and I'm gonna go in with a little tiny bit of Bittersweet and just add that up here to kind of buff out those edges here. I'm gonna go in and do my wing liner. I'm going to be using the Beauty For Real liquid liner, and this is in Jet Black. Now that I have my liner on, I am gonna go in with the Marc Jacobs eyeliner and just tightline. Then I am going to go in and I'm going to curl my lashes and go in with some mascara on the upper lid only. So now we are going to bounce back to our face. So I'm going to go in with bronzer, and today I am using the Morphe Glamour Bronze in the shade Icon. And then I'm going to go in on a Real Techniques Duo Fiber brush. Just swirl my brush around here and Again, I am not going to be precise today with my bronzer because I'm not really contouring. I am just gonna bronze up my face to add a little bit of life back into it. Super funny, I was thinking as I was doing my mascara a year ago, well, actually not a year ago because Maverick was a baby. So a year ago, if I left the house with makeup on, it was a good day. But like 2 years ago, I never would have left my house without doing like falsies. I hated how I looked without falsies. And now I'm actually trying to get my lashes to grow a little bit longer. I've been using this Babe Lash eye serum and it is working. So I've been actually trying to not do false lashes, except for like really special occasions. So we're gonna go in with blush. Today I'm using the Wondrous by Wander Beauty palette. And I am actually going to mix the two shades here. So we're gonna go in with Tuscan Sunrise and Havana Nights, those two. And I am going to go in on, this is just an Ulta blush brush. And I am going to just like mix those two here. And put them on the apples of my cheeks mostly. And then once a lot of the color is off, I will drag it back. I really love mixing shades, whether it's highlight, blush, eyeshadow. Like I love that you can like create a unique shade just by mixing two colors together. So now I'm actually going to go in and spray my face with some MAC Fix Plus. This will just help all of the powders that we have on our face like set together. And then once this is dry, we're going to go in with, do my waterline with that Marc Jacobs eyeliner again. We'll go back into the Berries and Cream, and I'm going to set it with this, what is this called? Blackberry shade, so it's a black. I'm going to take an angled Luxie brush. This is a small angle, it's a number 215. So I'm going to take that Blackberry shade, and I'm just going to press this along my lower lash line here. Like how you set your concealer and foundation with powder, like I like to go in and set my eyeliner with it with eyeshadow so that way it doesn't move. Okay, I'm going to take, this is a Luxie 14 mini round brush, so it's just a little like blending brush here, and I'm going to go back in with that Bittersweet shade, that's that pretty purple shade we used, and just buff out that Blackberry shade. But I'm keeping this pretty tight. I'm not going to drag this all the way down here. I'll go a little bit farther than we did with the liner in that Blackberry shade. Now I'm going to go in, this is a Morphe MB18, so it's just a little bit bigger but smaller blending brush, and I'm going to go into that first shade, that Soft and Sweet that we use, and blend all of these out. So just kind of dragging that around here to buff that, so that way all three colors, like they kind of, it's like the transition shade that you use in the beginning of your eye. It helps everything blend seamlessly together here. And I'm never too precise on my lower lash line. Now I'm going to go in and highlight my brow bone and my inner corners, and I'm going to use this Sugar Cookie shade, which is a really pretty shimmery pink color. And I'm going to go in, this is a Ulta eyeshadow brush, it's just a flat shader brush here. So I'm going to go in with the Sugar Cookie and hit my brow bone here. And now when I do the inner corner, I'm actually going to spray it with some Fix Plus because I really like my inner corner highlight to be really bright. So if you don't want a super bright inner corner highlight, you don't have to do the Fix Plus, but if you do, it's just a little trick. It works the same as when we put the Fix Plus on the shimmer shade on our eyelid. It just makes it pop a little bit more. Lately I've been like dragging my inner corner highlight up onto my eyelid, like the inner corner there, and I've been loving how it looks, like how it kind of like fades in and out. So now I'm going to go ahead and put on some lower lash mascara. Today I'm going to use the Tarte, this is the Lights Camera Lashes in black. I am going to go in with highlight, and I'm using the Vintage by Jessica Lubinsky. This is the Vintage Beauty palette. It has two shades here. I'm actually going to mix both of those shades, and I'm going in with this Japanesque brush, and I'm just literally taking my brush across both of them and going to highlight my cheeks here. down my nose, chin, forehead. And I'll go in with this like the not pinky color here, champagne, there's a word I'm looking for, the champagne color, just on like the tip of the brush here. And I'm gonna hit like the high points of my cheekbones with that. And I'll hit my nose and Cupid's bow with it. I am gonna go in with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. The completed look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content from me, please hit the subscribe button down below. And I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.